Usually my videos are more about movies and entertainment and how the movie industry has gone down the tubes lately. But this is just something that I couldn't keep quiet on because it just disgusts me. Once again, we have another young man brutally beaten to death by police officers for essentially no reason. You may or may not know the story of Tyre Nichols. On January 6th, I believe, he was stopped by Memphis police officers, a unit called the Scorpion Unit that had been formed to fight crime. It essentially stands for Street Crimes Operations to Restore Peace to Our Neighborhoods. It's a completely different type of police unit. They all drive Dodge Chargers, and they wear hoodies with police emblazoned on the front and the back. But they essentially look like gang members themselves. Tyre Nichols was a young black man that was headed home, and the Scorpion Unit pulled him over for reckless driving. However, after reviewing body cam footage and camera footage from inside the cars, the Memphis police have released a statement saying that there was no evidence that he was actually doing anything wrong. Usually when you're pulled over by the cops, it's just one cop. Maybe another cop will join him. But it was several cars and 6 police officers initially. But it was several cars and 5 police officers initially. I really don't think you need 5 police officers to initiate a traffic stop for a car that's simply doing reckless driving. Now, these are the 5 douchebags here that were the police officers. I say were because they've been discharged. They've been fired, and they have now been charged with second-degree murder. And you notice that all 5 of the police officers are black. So you had a black victim and black police officers who are so much larger in stature than the victim. The victim is just a young 28-year-old man, 29-year-old man that was simply trying to get home and was pulled over by these 5 huge bullies is what they are. They're essentially bullies, like a lot of cops, like a lot of police officers in this country. There's good police officers, but I would say that the bullying type police officers are outweighing the actual good cops because they think that they're better than you. They think that they can get away with things because they're the police. They think that they're above the law. And this is what you get. Dirty gang mentality that these cops get in their head that really doesn't make them any different from just a street gang going around beating people, except that they have guns. They're allowed to carry guns. They're allowed to carry weapons. Now you can see here, they had initially stopped him on a highway somewhere, but he had gotten away after being thrown around and kicked, and then they tried to tase him. The taser didn't work, so he ran away. Later on, they were able to intercept him in this neighborhood, and this is footage from a pole camera that happened to be pointed at the scene, or it looks like someone's manipulating it and pointing it there. Now you can see on the ground there is Tyre Nichols and at least 3 cops over top of him. The one cop is manhandling him, but it gets much worse, so I warn you that this is going to be a bit graphic. Now here comes the other cop over, and he's going to give him a nice kick. There you go. Kicks him in the face. He's just wandering around, and then suddenly decided to walk over and kick the guy. Now, I think he's been pepper sprayed at this point. And they're kicking him again there, you can see. Just brutally manhandling him. You'll see that there's a few punches thrown. And the worst part is coming up shortly that one of these officers is going to employ his extendable baton, which is called an ASP. There he goes, right there. He just extended his baton. The guy's on the ground at this point. There's really no reason for any of this. There he's smacking him in the head with that baton. Now, I can tell you right now, those batons, even though they look small, have a lot of weight to them. And they've got a weight in the tip that gives them great impact power when they hit something. Now he's up on his feet at this point. They're punching him. They're just hauling off and punching the guy as hard. Now he falls down again. This is just, there's no reason for this. The guy, it doesn't even look like he's resisting at this point. It just looks like that these cops are taking their anger out on this young man, and probably because he got away from them. In the initial video, when he runs away, the cops try to chase him, and they only chase him maybe 100 feet before they stop, and they're so out of breath that they have to go back to their car and cough. What looks like one officer's throwing up, another officer's pouring water on his head. This is sickening. This is truly sickening. They're here, and now more cops show up. More cops show up, and they don't even ask what's going on. They're kicking him and they're punching him, and they've just arrived on the scene. At this point, the guy is down. He's not going anywhere. He's writhing around on the ground in pain. It's just terrible. It's just terrible, and this is how cops think that they need to do their jobs. These 5 men are bullies. These 5 men are animals. They do not deserve to wear that badge. I mean, look at them. Look, just a bunch of, they're criminals. They're criminals themselves. Like I said, that they've been fired from the police department. They are up on second-degree murder charges. The city of Memphis has disbanded the Scorpion unit. It wasn't just these 5 men that were on the Scorpion unit. There were somewhere around 14 men that manned this unit, but the unit has been completely disbanded. Court records show they're scheduled to appear for a bond arraignment on February 17th. They have called for peaceful protests. Tyre Nichols' parents have called for peaceful protests. His mother said that she just wants peace. She doesn't want this to cause anyone to burn down cities. And I have to agree with that. There's simply no reason to do things like that in this case. Here's another video.
She's gonna get hit by a car.
This is the Secret Service. She's yelling at these cars. I'm not sure who's in the cars, but the cop decides, I'm going to take you down.
What's my back?
People are yelling, get off. He punched her in the face. It says Secret Service treats feminists with gender equality. That's fine if you want to arrest somebody. Whether you're a man or a woman and you deserve to be arrested, you deserve to be arrested. Being arrested does not mean being thrown to the ground and punched in the face. Now, she's obviously fighting. She's fighting to get away from the officer, and there's no way she's getting away. The only thing I have a problem with in this video is him throwing her down. And right here, you see, he punches her in the face. And is that absolutely necessary? You're a huge cop. This is a 120-pound woman at best. If you can't handle that woman, there's something wrong with you. You're a 200-plus pound police officer. You've been trained. You've been taught how to fight. You've been taught how to handle yourself. You've been taught how to handle criminals. There's no need to throw a 120-pound woman to the ground and punch her in the face. But this is the state of our police in this country. This is the way that they operate. They're better than you. They're the authority, and there's nothing you can do about it. They grab you. They put you in some type of hold. You're in pain. You're trying to get out of that hold, or at least get yourself straightened so you're not in pain. But what does that mean to them? It means that you're resisting arrest. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, it makes perfect sense to the cops, I suppose. You're trying to get your arm moved. You're trying to move your arm, which they don't want you to do. So you're resisting arrest. We need cops in this country. We do. Just take a look at San Francisco. Just take a look at Minneapolis. Take a look at any other city that has defunded the police, and you'll see that crime is just running rampant. Businesses are shutting down because there are people that just run right in and grab anything that they want and leave, and the cops don't do anything about it. Here's a video here just showing people just running into a store, grabbing as much as they can grab, and then leaving. Some have their faces covered, some don't. But there's no need to worry, because in these cities where they've defunded the police, nothing's going to happen to you. Nothing at all. There they go. Probably thousands of dollars of merchandise running out the door. Businesses are fed up with it. Businesses are closing down. This is in California. I don't know if it's in San Francisco, but close enough, being the fact that it's in California. So yes, we do need police officers. We do need some type of authority to stop crimes like this, but we do not need bullies. We do not need officers that lose their temper so bad that they have to beat someone to the point where they're going to die. Hope you liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. I promise that I'll try to talk about a movie or a TV show in my next video, but this was just something that I had to put my 2 cents in. So let me know what you think down in the comments section, and I'll talk to you next time.